Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of Gust to Win Stupid here. As always, joined by my lovely, bald, and beautiful Gazer Beam 2K co-host.
We've talked about this. I clearly have. You've seen me in person like 3 times, 4 times.
Remember to rub his bald head at NAIC if you're going for good luck before the tournament. 5 out of 10. If anyone does that, people approve.
Stupid, what's been up, man? It's been a week.
It has.
What happened last week? What happened?
Well, last week we played Expanded at the shop, and I got second place, 3-1 with the Bunnelby, Vileplume, Slacking, Pidgeot, Control / Mill / Aggressive deck.
Okay, that's a lot of different words you just jumbled together.
It can go in multiple different ways of play, but effectively, Bunnelby from Primal Clash, I believe, has the Omega Barrage Ancient trait where it can attack twice.
Mm-hmm.
And if for whatever reason, if it takes a knockout, then they promote and blah, blah, blah. But it has 2 attacks. It has Burrow, which discards the top card of your opponent's deck. And then Rototiller is shuffling a card from your discard pile back into your deck.
Mm-hmm.
But its unwritten third attack is TM Evolution.
It's unwritten third attack.
So you could use TM Evolution to evolve 2 Pokemon and then do it again.
You want to see me do it again? So you go.
So the whole strategy is literally Guzma Hala gets you either Jet or Capture, an Artisan, and a TM Evolution, and then you effectively get all these little weenies on the board, and then you get the Bunnelby into the active if it's not already there, and then you want to get a Slacking or a Slack Off on the bench. You're not going to evolve it yet, and then you want to attempt to get multiple Pidgeys or Oddish in play. So then you can double evolution them into whatever else you need. And what's super cool is there's a Pidgeotto from
Team Up, isn't it?
Team Up, yeah, and it's effective. It's Airmail, which is effectively Recon Directive. And then deck has like Path to the Peak, and then the Great Tree. So even if you don't evolve your Slack Off into Vigoroth and then Slacking, you could just next turn Grand Tree them up into Slack Off.
And this is Slack Off EX that swings for 280.
Yeah,
discard
280.
Discard energy. Yeah.
Discards energy, which thankfully we have double colorless, not double turbo, so the damage output isn't reduced. And between shenanigans of like if they don't play any EXs or Vs in their deck for whatever reason, then you can use Path of the Peak to turn off the ability on the Slacking, so you can still attack for 280 every turn, which should clear everything that isn't an EX or a V in some shape or form at bare minimum.
You forget about Megas? You forget
so
about... Well, not Megas.
No one played any...
Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
no. You forget about VMAXs?
No one.
Did you forget about tag teams?
Actually, a lot of tag teams that don't... I knocked out shout out to Trezor. I knocked out his Mega Sableye Tyranitar tag team with Slacking.
3 prizes?
And took 3 prizes, but effectively also locked him out of the game with item lock because he was playing like a Turbo Darkrai tag team Weavile GX box or whatever.
Oh, Trezor.
Yeah, we played 2 games and I won both. My only loss was to Regidrago because that thing's disgusting, and this person had Garbodor, and also they had Wobbuffet that turned me off for some things, and then had Chaotic Swell, so I couldn't like Path and Pray, and then they had Badoo, so they could item lock me before I could play my items to item lock both of us with Vileplume.
They went second?
I wanted to go second. Second. They went first and went Burr. They went first and went Burr.
They got a lot of going first? Oh my god.
They can do a lot going first. Yeah. You can do a lot. Because I mean, you've got Crobat, the Dene, Carmine if you really want to. So depending on like how the board looks, they can definitely screw you up if they go first and you go second. Because like this deck, my deck has to go second so I can like set up appropriately. Yeah.
So is this what you're taking to NAIC?
It's one of the few expanded decks I've got built.
Okay.
I have 3 total. The other one is Regidrago because that's good.
Regidrago.
And then I also have, and I'm waiting on like one more card hopefully to show up. I have Shadow Rider built.
No, stupid. No.
with the Radiant Eternatus to put them in play, and then I've got Gengar Mimikyu tag team in there, and Trevenant Dust Noir, and
no.
So
that can't be good. No, it's too slow.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, but good. I want you to win there. You're there as a content creator. You got to create content.
Yeah, if I lose and have a good time, I'm creating content. So there's that, and then I have a couple stupid ideas for things, but I need people to help me with this. I kind of want to do a video where I have to play in a side event, but I can only build a deck out of cards that people give me.
Oh.
So if I can find 60 plus willing people to give me a card to build a deck and record the entire thing, I'm going to take that as a fun opportunity.
It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Other than that,
it's gonna go terribly. Terribly.
Oh yeah, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Yeah. So hey, if you're watching this and you'll be at NAIC, come up to me and tell me that you want to give me a card, and then I'll turn the camera on and we'll make it happen. Other than that, work, and then I got sick Thursday night into Friday and took Friday off, and then I went to work Saturday, but I still felt like crap.
You missed work? Stupid.
I know, and it's on the paycheck for NAIC. I know, what am I gonna do?
Oh no! I got a buddy locally who he goes to regionals. He's making his push for his invite. He needs to get like a top 64 at NAIC to get that invite. So it's not impossible, but
not probable.
It could happen.
Not probable.
It could happen. But I feel like his logic is flawed, because he'll fly into a regional at 6 a.m. because he hates missing work on Fridays. He just won't call off. And I'm like, you get 2 weeks a year of PTO. It's yours. Use it. He's like, I can't. I
don't get PTO. I should have mentioned. I should have mentioned that last week in the episode about like card shop life, kind of, that like I don't get benefits or PTO.
Yeah, you don't. I don't think he gets benefits, but he gets PTO 2 weeks a year. And he uses a couple days here and there, but I'm like, buddy, just use a day so you could fly in like a regular person, get some sleep like a regular person. But no, he wants to fly in at, take red eyes at midnight and land at 6 a.m. and try to start playing cards. And then he never can stay for the whole thing because he has to make sure he's back Monday morning in time to work. I'm like, buddy.
All power to you, bro. All power to you.
So if he gets that invite, he's going to have, a story to tell his grandkids one day. But
I can't believe I didn't miss work. Or whatever. I don't know.
Jimmy, back in my day, yeah, but no.
And then nothing else too crazy today. Went for a walk in the humidity with them. Made dinner early because I haven't really been eating the last few days, so it was nice to eat food today and do some things. She dragged me to a coffee shop this morning. White girls, coffee shops. And then other than that,
wait. Let me guess. It was just females, coffee shop full of females, blondes.
Well, there were
blondes
I think one or two maybe boyfriends or husbands or whatever.
Okay, so like you, they got dragged in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tank tops.
No, it's cold, humid, rainy morning here.
Oh, leg warmers.
Leggings, sweaters.
Here we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm sure any conversation you're on the side was just real basic.
I did not pay any attention to anybody else. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
There's no conversations like, I can't believe he said that.
No.
I feel like I'm getting fat.
No.
The conversation that the basic conversation I'm talking about.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know you're talking about, but no, I didn't witness any of that.
Coffee shop talk, man.
I was in my own little world having our little Discord conversation when I wasn't.
We did talk a little bit. We did chat.
I wasn't chatting with them.
We did chat. If you guys want to see our Discord conversations, just DM us, and I can leak a couple of them. I don't mind.
You got to be like a tier 3 subscriber and like a channel member on my channel before we leak the DMs. Because we're old, we're in our 30s, and we don't hold shit back.
We'll be done for.
You young whippersnappers that listen to this would cancel us quicker than you can say cancel.
We'd be done.
We'd be cooked.
Let me tell you about my week.
Go ahead.
I didn't play any Pokemon cards Monday. Monday I went and played some basketball. I was out there hooping. I did pretty well. It was good games. Good workout. Tuesday I hit the gym. Trying to get some of this flab off and bulk up a little bit for NAIC. It's a little there. You see that? You see that?
That's just extra. That's hoodie or sleeve. Yeah, see.
No, ooh, whoa, nice.
Look at all that extra fabric.
Whoa. But no, so yeah, I hit the gym. Tuesday I went to league as well. Messed around one league Tuesday, playing Grimmsnarl. And this week I was like, okay, I'm between Grimmsnarl and some form of Typhlosion. I said, I don't know. Let me try Grimmsnarl again, because I won a couple of leagues last week with Grimmsnarl.
Mm-hmm.
So I won Tuesday, went to league Wednesday, won Wednesday, Grimmsnarl again. I went Thursday, I lost, so I got second. I went Friday, just won again, Friday, you know what I mean? And then I went today's Sunday, as we're recording this, and just happened to win again, I should have lost today. My third round opponent had Nest Ball for Ursaluna, and their mind blanked, and they forgot they had Ursaluna in deck. And he's like, oh, the only Pokemon I have in my deck is Mew. No need for this Nest Ball. And then he played Earthen Vessel to get rid of it. He was playing Ethan's Ho-Oh with Macargo.
Okay.
Which is, it's kind of a deck. Yeah. So, and that's the deck I was going to go to at first, and I was like, whoa, Typhlosion is just better. But man. But yeah, he's playing that one. He forgot he had Bear. So after he went to go Earthen Vessel for a couple energies, he saw Bear in his deck. He's like, no, I had Bear. He forgot he had it in deck. He thought he just had Mew. But yeah, he should have won off of that, but then I beat him, and then I beat the other guy. And one thing I learned about this Grimmsnarl deck, and we'll talk about, some of the meta coming up for NAIC. First we'll talk about, NAIC itself, the whole city of Narlands, But one of the things I've learned about this Grimmsnarl deck, it is very forgiving. It is very forgiving. You do have to plan things out, with damage. Like there's times I have to plan out, okay, if I hit you for this much and move over 20 damage instead of the full 30, next turn you take a tick from Frostlass and you die between turns, so you can't Pheasant Dip it. So stuff like that involved, and there's so many routes to win sometimes. I miss them. Sometimes I have like 3 routes to win, and I tone in on one, I'm like, oh wait, the other one's right here. And there's sometimes where I'm like, oh my gosh, I screwed up. I should have counter captured this instead of that. And then the deck forgives you anyway. It's a very forgiving deck, but it's a very good deck. It's a pretty good deck.
Yeah, it's doing a lot online. It's got a lot of hype behind it. I feel like now you could say that we have effectively a big 3 instead of a big 2.
People are saying it's a paper rock scissors. It's a triangle kind of effect.
Yeah,
and here's the funny thing: Grimmsnarl carries a decent matchup in the Dragapult. It has a really good guarding matchup, but it carries a decent matchup in the Dragapult as well. Especially Dragapult Dusknoir. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, you have a lot of opportunities in both of those matchups to capitalize, but it could also go very poorly. I feel like it's the less cohesive deck of the 3, considering how early on in the format it ultimately is, with this being the first real major outside of Asia for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's a reason why all those Grimmsnarl decks are sold out everywhere, and you still just see Stevens.
Nobody wants to attach a metal and a psychic to their metal or psychic Pokemon?
I built a Stevens deck for fun. I'm not gonna win a tournament with it, but maybe after the dust settles I'll play it at locals. And I'm gonna meme. I'm gonna meme real bad because that's my name. And with the Carbink and the Granite Cave, where it says all of Steven's Pokemon take 30 less damage, so they're gonna hit my Fez. I'm like, nah, actually, it's not a knockout. It takes 30 less damage. They're gonna be like, what? I'm like, yeah, Steven's Pokemon. That's my name. And they'll be like, oh, okay. So I wonder if someone will fall for it or whatever. Judge comes over. Oh, what's your name? Oh, Steven? Oh, I have a nice day.
Yeah, he's right. These are his Pokemon. He's right.
This man is correct.
This man's correct. These are his Pokemon. His name is actually Steve. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I in fact have purchased these cards. I am the true owner. Here's my government legal ID.
You can check the match slip. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be funny. That'd be funny.
That would be very funny. It's unfortunate that a lot of the other Stevens Pokemon kind of suck.
Kind
Because
of.
like I like the Metagross.
They suck. They suck a lot.
I like the Metagross, and I like the Carbink. You know, they're fine. So I feel like as soon as we get like one good basic metal attacker that has something going on for it, that can use metal colorless whatever, then maybe we'll find something cool. I know that Genesect EX got dropped, but I haven't seen actually what it does just yet in the black and white.
The ability is search for 2 metal evolution Pokemon.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
What's the attack?
And the attack's not that great. I don't remember what it was. It's mostly for the ability.
Okay, well then I'll have a copy of the Genesect in my deck. In my me deck. I'll wait for my hair. Wait for my hair to be all gray too.
Hey, Steven's a champion, man. Put some respect on his name.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it's bad, but it's definitely not going to win any tournaments or whatever.
It's not that great, yeah.
No,
it's not that great. Like you said, we're looking at the big 3, man. But hey, we'll get into the meta in a little bit, man. This weekend, I'm going to see you. I'm going to see you Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a little bit on Sunday. I know Sunday you leave before I do. My daughter and I will be staying to watch some of the championship games. I think we have to leave the venue by about 4. They have enough time to get to the airport and all that good stuff. Maybe a little before that. But I figure we'll see some championship, matches before that. But this weekend is the last major of the season, isn't it? This is NAIC.
This is
the North American International Championship. People are coming from all around the world, here and far and everywhere, just to play some Pokemon cards, to play some VGC, to play some Unite, some Pokemon Go, just to hang out, laugh, create content, play side events. It's going down this weekend in New Orleans, the Big Easy. We were there last year. That was the first time they had it there last year. The year before that had been in Ohio, right?
It was always in Columbus for the most part. There was a few stints of like nationals and stuff being in Indianapolis or whatever. And then I think 1 or 2 internationals being in Indianapolis. But for the most part, like it's generally always been like Midwest.
But I think the contract for that ran out. So they signed it, slapped on the contract for New Orleans for, I think, was it 4 years? 3 years?
I think 3 is what the rumor was that when they first announced it is what we heard.
This is year number 2 now.
Year 2.
Yeah, so we went last year. Subin, we hung out, we had dinner. Our friend Sonny and I, we danced the night away.
You're officially Twitch emotes.
We are Twitch emotes. Check out Subin's channel, you guys. We are on.
Yeah, I've been streaming again. I've been streaming in the mornings. I've been
Early
streaming
mornings,
live.
yeah.
I've actually been playing live.
So I'm like, what are you doing?
And I've been slightly enjoying myself. In the process, and it's not necessarily like I'm enjoying live, but I'm enjoying the community vibing in the morning and cracking jokes and dealing with my tired sarcasm in the morning. And I've also been playing like meme-ish decks, which is kind of like a saving grace in my opinion. I think I did Yon Mega this week.
Don't forget
I did both
you did
this
your
week.
Tyranitar.
Yeah. I played that for 3 hours on stream. I played the Tyranitar Ampharos deck for 3 hours on stream. I went from 0 to like 200 something elo just with that deck. I think I only lost like 2 or 3 times. And then I played Yon Mega on the last stream, Thursday morning, and did not do as good, but still had fun.
You have been streaming though, and it's been good to see you. I woke up a couple mornings and I'm like, Subin's live. Is this a mistake? And I click on it, you're really live. You're there.
Yep, I'm here.
So yeah, no. If you guys check out Subin's channel, you will find emotes of myself and our dear friend Sonny. TCG. We danced last week, or not? Last year.
Last week, damn, he's holding out on me. Sorry,
I forgot to tell you. No, we danced last year in New Orleans, and I forget the restaurant we went to, but we tried some gator.
Mulates.
Yes. Yeah, Pilates. That's right.
Pilates, yeah.
Yes, but no.
Notoriously, the restaurant that was in what the hell's the name of the movie? It's like a really bad vampire.
Twilight.
No, Renfeld. Was it Renfeld?
What? I never heard of that. What is that?
Hang on. Let me type this.
Did they shoot this movie live
in that restaurant?
Right
yeah.
Really?
It's
wow.
yeah. It's a Nicolas Cage is like a Count Dracula. And there's a bunch of like goofy characters in there, like Ben Schwartz is like a gangster or whatever. And it's not a great movie, but it was funny. enough, but it was cool because we watched it after the fact that we were there last year, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is the restaurant
I know that spot.
we ate at, yeah. And there's like a whole on like gang violence, murder fight, people dying, crazy goofy combat happening in that restaurant. So it's kind of cool to see.
That's interesting. I never knew that. That's interesting. But yeah, we ate, and that's one of the restaurants we went to last year. We also had seen a few other sites. So Steuben, my question to you, where were you going back to this year?
Well, the easy one answer, being a chubby dude, is the Café du Monde for the beignets. The beignets and the coffee.
Yes.
Those are so good. And thankfully, they're also in the airport, too. So if you can't get them while you're in town, considering like tournament time and whatever else going on, and looking ahead, the weather ain't looking too great for this weekend. Looking like we're gonna have some storms and stuff, so like walking around and commuting around the city might not be the best. But there's multiple Café du Monde locations. There's one in the Riverwalk, which is also like a shopping mall / food court.
And that's like a 10-minute walk from the venue?
Yep. Towards the east. Along the river, and then the actual Café du Monde is like, I think like a 20-minute like Uber, which we didn't go to, but we had the ones in that mall there, and then
on the Riverwalk area.
Yeah, and then in the airport on the way home too. So those are fantastic. I also really liked Gus's famous chicken. I don't know if it's actually famous or whatever.
Oh my gosh, that's what I was going to say. That was mine. You're supposed to ask me about what I wanted, but
yeah. No,
it's fine. Go ahead.
I definitely want to go back there again too.
Yeah,
because
that was delicious. Everyone talked about it. Everyone talked about it at the venue, and I was like, I guess. So myself, Manaya, I think we had Burnt Hot Pockets, right?
Yep.
Our buddy Burnt and one of his friends, and then Guaps. Yeah, we all walked over and we tried some Gus's, and oh my gosh, that was pretty good chicken. It was crispy yet juicy at the same time, and it
was fantastic.
It was delicious. I took the cups home. They give you plastic cups. Actual cups.
Yeah, we got one, and then I think we have the cups from our hotel or whatever that we stayed in last year too.
But no, I forget what sides I got, but every side I got was delicious. There was like the food was spectacular.
I remember the mac and cheese and the potatoes.
Yes,
specifically.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going back there, and I mean not to be stereotypical, but I mean I do like me some fried chicken.
I do too, man. I do too.
Well, Stephen, you might be a brother then, man. Welcome aboard.
All right.
Come on.
I'm a brother where it matters, I guess. I don't know.
You ever watch the Chappelle Show?
Yeah, I have. Come on.
You ever when they had the racial draft?
Yeah. The Wu-Tang Clan getting picked by the Chinese. That's the best. That's the best part. That's the best.
But no, we'll draft you soon. But just keep hanging out, man. We'll draft you.
Cool. I'll get some rows next time I go to the barbershop.
That's hilarious. But no, man. There's I'm sure there's other places we did check out. Like you said, the weather probably won't be permitting, but it might just be checking out the Riverwalk. That mall area again. Getting some beignets. It might just be hanging out in the venue a lot. Maybe hanging out in the hotel a lot. The hotel we have is right across the street from the venue. Thank goodness. So it shouldn't be that bad. I guess I should pack a sweater as well, shouldn't I? But it shouldn't be that bad. And Gus's isn't far from the venue either. So I think there's gonna be just a lot of local things around the venue. Are there any secret spots we need to know about?
I need to pack an umbrella probably.
Just get a sweater, get a hoodie.
Are we allowed to bring umbrellas and
through TSA? Who knows?
Someone let me know if I can take an umbrella through TSA without hiding it up my ass. No, they'll find that anyways. Damn. Well, I tried.
You go through and they're like, oh, wait a second, we got him.
He's got a metal rod. Will somebody frisk this man? His cavity search is Stephen. Why?
They're gonna be just. It just keeps going. Look at this. We just
like a clown.
Yeah.
The rags. Oh my God, no.
Look at this umbrella. How long is this thing? No.
I can't really think of any like other secret places or whatever, because like we didn't really get the opportunity to last year to like travel around the city or whatever. And I know this coming weekend it's Pride in the French Quarter too. So for a lot of people, I know they'll be very excited to go and hang out there. but I also hate super crowded, crazy places. So that's not for me. So
Now, did you check out Bourbon Street
didn't get the chance to.
last year?
Did not get the chance to.
I took my stepdaughter there.
Okay.
Probably shouldn't have.
She probably saw some things that she didn't need to see.
She saw some things that she didn't need to see. You're exactly right.
Yep.
But it was definitely a experience. And yeah, this weekend is Pride. It's Pride weekend, so it's definitely gonna be interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna be going to Bourbon Street this weekend again. But it was like a nonstop party. Like I don't know when. I'm assuming everything pops off around 7 p.m. I don't know. But
I hear it's just like that
going
every day of the week, all the time. Like there's
all
always
the time. It's crazy.
And like even just outside of the convention center, like Thursday night, Friday night, there were streets closed off for bars with their open everything because you can carry around open containers all over the city.
Yes.
And people do be drinking. And, so if you're going with your kids, try and get the kiddos into the hotel by like 8 o'clock probably. Hopefully their tournament's done. And yeah, we'll see what
Or do you
happens.
like me and just bring your child with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. She was only, 16 at the time. Nothing, scarred her. It's okay.
Could be worse.
Bourbon Street was definitely a location to go to. I suggest anyone who hasn't gone, check it out just so you can say you've been there, just for the say-so factor.
The culture
it's gonna
of it, too.
Yeah. Yes, culture of it. It's going to be interesting because it's Pride weekend, so I can only imagine the things that'd be out and flipping and flapping around and spinning around and...
Whew.
Oh, boy.
Well, then, maybe we are going, Gazer.
There is, I don't know if you noticed in the venue, though, there was a African-American museum in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't get the chance to take Manaya last time, but this time hopefully we have a chance to go. Unless your boy day twos, or she day twos, then, we're locked in. But, when I inevitably don't day two, I definitely want to check out the African-American Museum. It's right there when you walk in. You enter the venue, you enter the convention, well, not the venue, you enter the convention center, and it's a 10, 15-minute walk to the venue itself.
Within the same building. It's huge. It's an absolute
convention center
monster.
is huge.
Depending on where your hotel is situated, and I think we're on that farther side.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. Thankfully, they keep it cool and climate controlled because with it being rainy and kind of hot, it's gonna be humid.
It's gonna be moist.
I bought all my travel size stuff today, and I made sure I got some extra hold mousse for my hair. So
we just let it frizz up, man. Just be like our boy Little Frizz. Shout out to Little Frizz. Just let it frizz up, man.
It's not gonna frizz up. It's gonna fro out.
Go for it, man. Like I said, you're part of the culture now. We drafted you.
I need to get a headband then. Wear a headband and just let it up. Look like Don King over here.
Are you stupid? You don't look like
Don
stupid, but are you
King.
stupid? No.
Oh my god. And then there's also not too far, and I wanted to go, but I didn't get to. There was a World War II museum a few blocks north as well.
Yes, there was. I wanted to go to that too. Yes.
So we'll see what happens with the venue and everything going on, and I'll probably be hanging out in the creator lounge for a little bit, and
we get it, Steuben. You're
making some friends to maybe bring guests on the podcast.
We get it, Steuben. You're better than me. We get it.
I never said I was better than you.
We get it.
You're the one competing in the event. You're clearly better than I am.
Steuben, I haven't.
You've won 4 cups. I don't know.
I mean, I have won 4 cups.
In just like a week or whatever.
It happened just rapidly. I went from 0 to 4 in like 3 months, man. 4 months. It's good, man. But no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not any of those big name players, man. I'm not sure your big names. I'm not a big name content creator. I'm just some guy on a podcast with some other guy.
Two bozos.
Two guys. Don Dozo Bozos. That's all.
Oh, I did pull one. Did I say that? I said that last week. I pulled one.
Yeah.
And then you'll be signing it and we'll be giving it away.
No.
Yeah. And of course, I'll have like a trade binder if anyone out there wants to trade cards. I have a little bit from like vintage to modern and so on and so forth. So if you just want to trade cards and goof off, and then like I said earlier, I want to try and get cards to make a deck.
I was just to say, bring him cards, please.
So yeah, bring me some standard legal junk that I could maybe slot into a deck. So we'll see what happens.
Give him cards, bring him cards. I can just hand you walls if you want.
No, I can't let anyone hand me a deck. I think what I'll do is I'll give myself a budget of like $30 to buy from vendors, and then everything else I have to get from people.
That's fair. Only one card per person, or what?
That's what I kind of want to do is one card per person to make it way more interesting. But then if like 60 people, like if I'm like, hey, can I have a free card or whatever up to strangers, and like they're like, what? You know what I mean? So hopefully, you know, there's at least 20 people listening to this that show up. There's a third of a deck done. And then, you know, I can reserve some space for energy cards and whatever I can pick up for $30 from a vendor.
Please hand Stupid a full art Giovanni.
It's going to be like the binder drop challenge or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't... We'll see what happens. And then, yeah, I'll be rocking side events as often as I can. So... I have a nice special card for you. I got you, man.
Okay. Yeah, you're doing side events. You're not doing anything major. You're not, you know, being in the other main event, man. I'll be in the main event, sweating my eyes out, trying to get some points and get my first day 2 ever, which is weird. I don't know how I've never day 2'd, just not good enough. But I feel like this event could be the event for me, man, because I've been playing really well with Marnie's Grimmsnarl, and it's one of the top decks now, man. So I think, you know, our next topic is, what are the top decks? What should we look out for? Are there any sleeper decks? Anything we need to worry about? Like, help me, man. I didn't know what to have on my radar.
Well, as you mentioned, Grimmsnarl, we lightly talked about Polten Guardy, but looking at play.limitless, since there's no like actual tournaments on normal Limitless right now.
Well, there was a tournament last night. There was one in
the Master Ball Taiwan stuff, but there's no data that I can find. Yeah, and I wasn't staying up all night. Yeah, Raging Bolt did in fact win, which is something that people aren't super talking about. It is the third most played deck on Play.Limitless, and its win percentage is just a tad over 50%. But you know, I think we're in a world of Dragapult variants, Gardevoir, and Grimmsnarl right now.
Propane and propane accessories, Dragapult and Dragapult.
Well, I mean, like, because you've got Dragapult like as itself, you've got Dragapult with the ghosts, you've got it with Charizard. I've seen it with the Typhlosion stuff too.
Yeah, you also have it with Goldengo as well.
So there's like 4 to 5 acceptable variants of Dragapult, and you know, if we combine that into one archetype on Play.Limitless, it then takes over popularity of Grimmsnarl and Gardevoir. But when you separate it back into its separate subcategories, that's where Grimmsnarl becomes the most played deck with 485 instances. And then if you combine them, Dragapult has 695 instances together. The highest played Dragapult variant that isn't like when they're combined is Dragapult Charizard with 262. And then just straight Dragapult with 223, and then Dragapult Dusknoir with 198. And then Goldengo Dragapult has 150 entrants. So
now I think part of it is just people also like the Dracloak for drawing, right?
Yeah, and if they shove like a 2-2-1 line in a deck or whatever, since the game is a little bit slower right now, that's a valid strategy. And I mean, if you look at the Goldengo Dragapult deck, it's mostly a Goldengo deck with Recon Directive to supplement it, and then okay, cool, maybe I'll crisp an attack with Dragapult EX.
Or, you know, sometimes, you know, they're slowly attaching energy, like when they take a turn off. Okay, I can attach this. We're both not getting a knockout this turn. Let me put this one random fire energy on my Dragapult, so I have it for later. Some lists are not the Goldengo one, but you know, other lists from the Typhlosion one, they're running experience share. Slap experience share on the Dracloak, and then when you knock out their Typhlosion, cool, this fire is here. All I need is my Psychic or my Luminous down the line, and I have a Dragapult ready to go. So yeah, if you're gonna run, you know, Dracloak for draw anyway, as a 3-3 line or a 2-2 line, you could throw in one Dragapult.
Yeah, and then Bolt and Typhlosion are kind of bringing up the rear in the most other played decks. Joltik Box is still popular. Rocket's Mewtwo is super popular in terms of play, but it's not performing very well. Its win percentage is less than 50%. There are a few that like have, you know, done good. Poseidon ran a tournament and it got first out of 64th, going 6-0. The Tournament of Doom on May 30th, there was a Mewtwo deck that got second out of 246. This last Tournament of Doom, the largest one yet, got fourth out of 415. So like there are some results for Mewtwo, and I feel like if there is sauce or spice for it, the people who know it aren't showing it off online.
So you're saying Tord's going to randomly pull up with the 60 from Mewtwo?
I mean, I don't know, because remember Tord played it at that Champions League and did
but
not.
He might pull up with the 60 now, like, you know, like, boom,
like,
this is it.
Like they played like jank, and then now they're playing the real deal. I mean, maybe, you know, I don't ultimately know.
Forget these lucky helmets. I need something different. He's gonna have the 60, you know. No, I doubt it. I don't know. I played it a little bit. There's hella potential. And real quick, shout out to Doom for his biggest. I think this is his biggest tournament, you know, yet.
Over 400 players. Yeah.
Yeah, over 400 players. I think, you know, shout out to Senior Doom, man. We got to get him back on the pod pretty soon. We definitely got to get him back on. But I dabbled a little Rockets Mewtwo. There's hella potential there. The Rocket transceiver is crazy. Just go grab a supporter and get your Rocket.
I love that item.
Yeah, there's some decks that run that just as going to get. Yeah, Turn Pro. There's also some just random decks running receiver or transceiver with petrol just to go get any trainer they feel like, and it's crazy and it's working for some decks. So the fact that you can put that with your Rocket deck and you can, you know, you have more expansions. You have Ariana, which is, you know, basically draw till you have 8 because your whole decks are Rockets. Just draw till you have 8, and then Archer is like so underrated. At first I was like, it's not as strong as, you know, if I played a reset stamp or if I played a late game Iono. Back when we had Roxanne, stuff like that. But the fact you can constantly just go, okay, you knocked me out, cool, shuffle, draw 3. Oh, you knocked me out, cool, shuffle, draw 3, just constantly on command is crazy. And there's no drawback like with Iono where you only draw, you know, 3 yourself or 2 yourself. It can be big late game, it could be big mid game. The potential is there. And then the Spite Ops is such an efficient attacker. He can swing 180, charge himself up. Literally, it's called charging up with his ability. And swing 180 and knocks out Grimmsnarl right now. Yep. If someone's playing Charizard, it knocks them out.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Mewtwo it's solid with 280 HP. You have the Mimikyu, which can swing and, you know, counter a Dragapult. There's so much potential there, but it's just not coming together yet. I played my buddy had his deck. I played his deck, and the list was just not. It was just lacking a few things. I'm like, man, if this card was here or this energy switch, it's just like a few cards were lacking. I'm like, it's got to be some type of mixer to make this deck like competitive, but it's not there yet. No one's cracked the 60 yet.
Just like the 280 on a basic 2 prizer is just wild.
Yes,
and that's. Could you imagine like Bravery Charm? Like maybe that's the secret to Mewtwo is slapping Bravery Charm on it.
Put it at 330 as a basic?
330 basic 2 prizer. Get good. That's like VMAX and stage 2 stats.
Yeah.
So I
think it won't be relevant because unless Grimmsnarl falls off, the fact that Grimmsnarl can still just clean that up and then spread 30 somewhere, then the ticks and the yes, the Spite Ups can one-shot Grimmsnarl itself if you have, you know, enough Pokemon to play, but the ticks from Frostlass, the de-evolution from the Grimmsnarl deck, it can really wreck Spite Ups, and that's how I beat it. You know, I played the Rocket deck and I beat it, you know, the same way like that. So maybe if Grimmsnarl falls off some, I don't know if Rocket's Mewtwo can really shine like that, but there's so much potential there. It's got to be decent eventually.
I mean, it just depends on whatever else, because we're not going to get any more Rockets cards either. Like whatever it has it's what it has. So it's just going to take some like really high innovation with other cards, or just a very, very skilled pilot to be able to play it efficiently and correctly.
Yeah. Other things I think we'll see. We might see Toadscruel, just because it hits into weakness for one of the top decks right now. It can match up pretty well into Dragapult and into Gardevoir. It has good matchups, good to great matchups into the top 3 decks. Everything else, not great at all.
Yeah, and then the little Toad, being able to prevent them from putting cards back.
Yeah, from the discard pile into their hand. Yeah,
that can end some things. Like that can just straight up end a Bolt's a day. Yeah, if they can't
it can
Superior.
Stop a Bolt, it can stop Scodango, stuff like that.
Yeah, turning off Superior is huge.
But I don't know if those are like just straight up just wins. Hey, this is down. Yeah, yeah. But I don't know if, hey, this is down, I win. I wouldn't necessarily say that. Like, you hit a Grimmsnarl, it's a really good matchup for you. You hit Gardevoir, a pretty good matchup, and you hit some type of Polt, pretty good matchup. The baby Toedscruel, yeah, it helps, you know, against Raging Bull. It can help against something like Gholdengo, but I don't know if it's just a flat out like, this is really good.
All right, so anyways, yeah, Pokemon cards. Gazer's headphones died. Sorry, chat.
Oh, come, we could have played it all.
No, we can't, because I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about the matchup with Toedscruel.
Yeah. We covered everything about that. Toads.
Yeah, we're talking about toes. Yes, man.
Toes. Yeah. You guys want to see Gazer's toes? It'll be $59.99. You gotta pay.
See me at
pay
NAIC,
me.
let me know.
Yeah,
I have pictures on
you gotta pay me at NAIC. I get 50% of the cut. Manaya gets 20%. The other 30% gets donated to charity.
Wait, what about what? But they're my toes, though.
Doesn't matter.
Well, that's just
you get to show them to people. You should just accept that as payment enough.
That's just Toedscruel, man. You get it?
And other decks, I think like Eevee Box is still really good.
Yes. As a Grimmsnarl player, I'm afraid of that too, because now they run the Leafeon, so that's kind of scary. But it's like it's a one of. So like if they get it, cool. If they don't get it, I mean if they get it, cool. And if I can knock it out, follow up with it, I'm in a good spot. I think
the fact that like it heals everything too, though.
Yeah,
like,
heals 100 from everything. Yeah, that part is tricky.
All those pings be gone. Pings be gone.
Well, I've hit a couple Ho-Oh decks, either like a Ho-Oh box or Ethan's Marcargo, and that attack was a Golden Flame, heals 50.
Yeah.
Or is it what is it called? Whatever it is.
Yep. Yeah, heals 50 from everybody.
Yeah, heals 50 from everyone, and that sucks too. So the Mossy Gate can heal 100 from everyone. So the pings are gone, like you said. If I could follow up with a knockout that following turn, cool. If not, then I feel like then that Leafeon would just roll from there. So it could definitely be tricky. Eevee Box is still in a good spot. Might need to watch out for Rocket's Watchtower.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Watchtower
might be colorless Pokemon.
Because that deck relies heavily on Noctowl. So does something like some Raging Bolts aren't really Noctowl nowadays, but yeah, that deck does. I think Terrabox takes a dip. I think Terrabox kind of just falls off. With the release of Shaman, with the release of the Watchtower, I think Terrabox is in a great spot right now.
Yeah, if we look at Japanese results, ignoring the additions of like the black and white set, they still show that Bolt and Polt are the best two decks, and then like tier 2 is like Grimmsnarl, Typhlosion, Gholdengo, Charizard, Gardevoir, and then tier 3 is Arch, Eludon, which I just don't see. Honestly, in our meta, doing
they
too
play
much.
bombs now. You've seen that. You've seen that recently, right?
Yeah, the Rocket Bomb.
They play the Rocket's Venture Bomb, and then they try to hurt them and hurt yourself, and then they move damage off, and the Monkey Dory. I feel like Grimmsnarl kind of does what that wants to do.
It's like Grimmsnarl's just better.
Yeah.
And then
I'm a big
Joltik
Archon fan,
Box
but it's not
is still popping up. Tiny little bit of a normal Frostless Monkey Dory without Grim. And then, of course, Garchomp's popping up a little bit in Japan finally, too. And, of course, Flareon, Eevee Box, as we just mentioned. But the big shocker is Festival Lead is like a tier 3 deck in Japan.
Why, don't you?
No, I don't know why. Because the grass weakness,
the grass weakness.
It's got an awful Dragapult matchup.
Oh, it's terrible. Yes.
It's
terrible.
And I mean, Japan has now seen a resurgence of Miraidon, but that's just because of Zekrom. But we don't have that.
Oh, that's right. We don't have that yet. They just got it this past weekend, right?
Yeah. Yep. Zekrom and the Eels are back. So.
Yeah, I know you wish it was Flaffy instead. I know.
Yeah, I would. Honestly, I'm actually kind of upset with TPCI Japan or TPC Japan.
Did you see that?
You can't play Old Eel. Even though it's exactly the same.
Exact same numbers, exact same stats, but they're like, no. So maybe that gets changed, with TPCI. But yeah, TPI, right? Yeah. TPI? Yeah.
So here's where that could become a good thing. This is like spitballing in a different direction. Is if that is a clause that is like in effect for everywhere when those cards come out here too, maybe that opens the door for other Pokemon to be reprinted as is, 1-for-1, in the future.
So no more spiritual successors. No more. Here's Jirachi EX, and then
Yeah.
here's Tapu Lele, which kind of does the same thing, and then here's Luminion. No more of that. Now it's like, hey, Luminion's back. But no, that can't be because it has to be a V. So it has to be like
Yeah,
something.
those cards that
Yeah,
could
those
never
cards are
be
gone.
like, but like Garbodor could come back as itself with no changes, and then I mean, I don't think it really matters. I think it would be just a good thing for accessibility for people to be able to use their old cards, but those are also 13 years old, and maybe they're like worried about like marked cards or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I have a really old Super Rod, which I think I'm going to use this weekend, and it's got a couple dings on it, and hopefully I don't get called for anything like that. But it's the one. What's the one that's with the blue background? It's holographic.
I hear that, chat. If you play Gazer, make sure you call him on a Super Rod.
You know which Super Rod I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, the Neo Genesis one or Neo Discovery or whatever.
One. I got one of those too.
Oh, Dragon's Exalted, Dragon Vault, Dragon Vault.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of those, and it's a sick looking card, but I'm like, it's got a couple dings on it. I bought it real cheap too because it was kind of dinged up. So I'm like, could I use this? Could I not use this? But maybe you're right. Maybe that just to just expel all the confusion or all the what ifs and hypotheticals. No, can't use these old cards. Go get the new stuff. Here it is. Maybe TPI and TPCI are different, so maybe different rulings. Who knows?
Yeah, hard to say what's going to happen ultimately.
Yeah. So look, let's touch. Can I touch a little bit on Black Vote and White Flare?
I guess.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you. Appreciate that. From what I've seen so far, and everything's been revealed and shown, the most important cards from that set are going to be like Air Balloon and that Bengal. Not Josh Bengal.
Yeah.
Not Josh Hatter. Not that guy. I love that guy. We had him last week. But the other Bengal.
The gold bangle or silver bangle or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Effectively like Choice Belt 2.0, 3.0.
Yeah. Non-robots Pokemon do extra 30 damage to Roblox Pokemon or EX Pokemon, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think
Air Balloon's just a generic reprint.
Yeah.
So.
But it's still important. Oh wait. Forgot one card. Tool Scrapper too.
Yeah, Tool Scrappers. I'm very excited for Tool Scrapper to come back. In my 3 hours of Tyranitar Ampharos, I need Tool Scrapper back.
I'm not excited for it because I like the fact that I can play a stadium or a tool nowadays that's more on the defensive side, more kind of like reactive instead of proactive.
Yeah.
Like a proactive one is like the Bengal. I attach that, and during my turn, I'm doing that extra 30 damage I want to do. If you get rid of it, after my turn, it's fine.
Yeah, now like Typhlosion doesn't have to play that Gravity Mountain or whatever, and like stuff like that applies.
So I don't mind. I don't mind proactive tools, proactive stadiums. But sometimes I want to play reactive stuff that's more defensively. If I want to put down, what's the stadium? Full Metal Lab, so my metal Pokemon take 30 less damage, and then you can just bump it. I don't like that. If I want to put something like, if I want to play a Hero's Cape, extra 100 HP, and then you just scrap it away. I don't like that. So those cool cards lose value. They fall off. They won't see as much play. And I don't think that's good for the game. It's fun to see, builds with Hero's Cape and builds with, the Amulet of Hope, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now we can't see that because Tool Scrapper's here. And people just goes, Arvin, Tool Scrapper, gone, bye. So I'm not happy for Tool Scrapper.
Since you are known to be Gen 5's biggest hater on the internet,
I do hate Gen 5.
What art rares are you excited for?
Art rares. I can't lie. So, Will Be Hidden. Shout out to Will Be Hidden, our guy Will. He's on our streams. He's around. He sends me every time for this last week, every time they released a art rare for one of the monkeys. I hate those monkeys.
Yep.
He sent them to me. And I hate them. Calm down. They're stupid reskins and recolors. It's just like palette swaps, just like when you play Smash Ultimate and everyone selects Pikachu, and then you have darker Pikachu, then you have Pikachu with a hat, and then you have Pikachu with a fez hat, then you have Pikachu with a gray felt hat, then you have Pikachu that has like pink cheeks, and it's stupid. I feel like that's how the monkeys are. The Semi-Sage and the Pan-Sage, those arts are nice. I can't even lie. Have you seen those yet?
Yeah. I'm scrolling through them now. I can't quite pick a favorite out of everything. I was hoping there would have been like a Sui illustrated card.
That's your
I don't
guy.
think there is.
That is your guy.
My guy. I don't know what Sui actually is. So
Well, it's a turn of phrase.
I'm gonna turn
Let me
you.
say you can't turn a phrase, right? Let me guess.
Yeah, you can't turn a phrase. You can speak ill. But no, I mean there's a lot, and I just hope the pull rates aren't bad and the set becomes a nightmare to collect in general or just get product for, and I hope this is where things finally turn around. So if you want to hear a little bit more about that kind of conversation, check out last week's episode with Josh Hatter from Dark Side Games. If you missed that, definitely go give that a listen or watch it on YouTube for sure.
You said turn around.
I think ultimately though, I think my favorite is the Yukamori Clink Clang.
Is that the one that's like looking
clay,
like playing with like gears or whatever? No, that's Clink. Huh?
Yeah, Clink Clang is the full
What's
evolution.
The Clink? Hold on, let me look. Because there's a Clink that's like in a bedroom, like looking with other little gears.
And then the Clang is in like a rundown warehouse or whatever. But the Clink Clang is literally just it's like in front of a rock. It's just clay. It's just like the Yukamori, like the clay arts.
And you said this is the Clang?
Where Clink Clang. The stage 2.
I'm looking.
Clink Clang.
I don't see him. I'll take your word for it.
All right. And I also like the Hydreigon.
Oh, it was probably part of the white set. I'm looking at Black Bull.
Yeah.
The white set. Does that sound racially motivated?
And I mean the Reshiram's also fucking sick too.
I cannot
honestly like I think they're all really good in their own regards.
I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of the arts are nice, but like nothing's just like, oh my gosh, I gotta have it. You know, because I'm not big on Gen 5. You know me.
It's because you're a bozo.
I can go on a whole rant about Gen 5, man. How unoriginal it is. How they try to do the same thing, you know, that they did before. If you're gonna reboot something, reboot it. Don't take cues from what you had before, and then try to keep it familiar so you can still keep some of the older fans. And then
I feel like you're also talking to Disney right now. Because it's like you could apply the same logic to Star Wars and Marvel.
Don't forget all the Disney remakes too.
Oh my God, there's just so many anymore.
The Lion King, Snow White. They say Lilo and Stitch is okay.
I haven't seen it, so
they say it's okay. Did you like the original?
Yeah.
They say this was okay. I'll see it eventually. I'll probably take Nate. You know, I haven't taken Nate to the movies before yet. He's almost 4. I don't know if he can sit through a whole movie.
Well, just go into it like an afternoon matinee when there's no one going to be there, and then call it a day.
We have cheaper movies on Tuesdays. So This summer when I'm off work from the school district, I'm gonna take them to like one of those Tuesday like matinees when it's like 6 people in the theater, and it's like a $7 ticket, and then we'll see what happens there. Yeah,
we went and saw Karate Kid Thursday, and it was just me and Em, and then like 2 old ladies in the theater, which that was pretty good. Unrelated to whatever we're talking about, but it was good.
We're talking about Pokemon cards, life, just things.
Yeah, Karate Kid.
It all blends together.
Good old Ralph Macchio. Whack on, whack off, or whatever he said, right?
Close enough. It's kind of older now, isn't
he? Yeah. You didn't watch Cobra Kai on Netflix?
No, I did not watch Cobra Kai.
Oh, it's so good, so good.
Yeah. No, I did see the previews for Karate Kid, and I'm like, man, everyone's old.
Just like you.
Hey, come on now.
And me, I guess, too. But we've rambled long enough, and we're getting a little off topic, so clearly it's time for us to wrap this up.
I don't know if that means that. I think people like when we talk about that. And that's so look, man, let me pull back the curtain real quick. Not literally. But if you guys want more episodes like we had last week with Steuben and Josh Hatter talking about things, that's involved. It involves trading cards. It involves Pokemon. We love Pokemon's cards. But, it wasn't so much of, here's this top deck, here's this deck, here's this. We'll talk about that. We talked about, Grimstar matchups and Toad Squirrel. We'll talk about that stuff. But if you guys want to hear other sides of, card-related things, what's it like to work at a card shop? What's it like to be a judge, a TO? We get professional judges on here if you guys want to hear their sides of stories and stuff like that. Steuben's been judging for years. So if you guys want to hear anything different, have any ideas for guests, let us know. Reach out to us. We take feedback. We take it pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, we have opportunities to bring on people who produce like different products as well. So if you're curious about like why they make certain things or what they can do or why they do them and whatever.
Shout out to my guy Steven, TC Evolutions. Shout out to my guy Brandon at FCBCs.
We could potentially bring these folks on if you guys want episodes like that, or if you want something else. I mean, let us know. I mean, we know
if you guys do want the hard hitting meta discussions, we can find those guys too.
Yeah, it's called Go Watch Other Podcasts.
No, so we had some of the bigger names on before. We had Andrew Hedrick on before he won a regional. Remember that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we were definitely ahead of our own time and before everyone else's
of our time. Maybe?
Yeah, okay.
Because Andrew Hedrick.
All right,
of our time.
All right, that's enough out of you.
Okay.
But no, let us know. We're definitely responsive to feedback. We usually are, anyways. We're our own worst enemies ultimately when it comes to this kind of stuff too. So we want to be for the people, by the people, and not just like another industry plant, if that makes sense. Like, because if you want the statistics talk and the super in-depth meta stuff, that's not us. It's not. Gazer is trying to be sweaty, but he's just too stupid to actually fully think about a thought in those categories and actually say it without like interjecting some stupidism. I don't know. What was it that I said last week about it wasn't being a beast? It was me. It's not the nature of the beast. It's just me being a beast. And Josh was like, that needs to be a shirt. So, yeah, if you want more stupidisms from the both of us.
Stupidisms.
Thanks. Okay. You know, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, follow on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Scamazon, Gazer's own podcasting platform.
Oh, by the way, I'm returning to streaming this summer. I'll be streaming from the house. I'm going to go down the dark side and stream there a few times.
We've heard this before. We've heard this before.
It's happening. It's happening.
You've said this time and time again.
But it's happening, and I'm going to start off the week after NAIC. I don't know if you heard about this, but I received a case of Destined Rivals. And well, that's how I feel every time you talk about, my YouTube video just broke 2,000, views in a week.
2,000, that's a bad number. What?
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. But no, I got a case from Darkside, and I want to open it with, our listeners and, everyone watching. I want to go back to my stream, open it on stream. I used, playing live. You've been having fun with it, or decently, moderate fun with it. It's not the most fun experience. So I really enjoyed opening cards and just talking and just shooting the breeze with you guys. So I want to do that. But I don't want to sit here and act like a kid on Christmas just opening up packs. It's just, it's mine, look at mine, look at mine. So anyone listening right now, here's what I want to do. The week after NAIC, I'm not sure what day yet. I'll have to pick out a day. I'll tweet about it. I'll announce it. I'll probably do a stream before that stream to let it be known. I want to do giveaways. I want to open up this case, and for every hit I get, we raffle off a hit.
So, good old-fashioned scamathon.
No. No one has to sub. No one has to subscribe. No one has to do anything. It's just, I open up stuff. If I get a hit, we'll raffle off like a pack of, I don't have a pack right? I don't, but like a pack of FCBCs, sponsored by FCBC. We'll raffle off something from Darkside, raffle off something from my other shop, locally around me, Triumph, TCG, or Evolution, or HP, something like that. We'll raffle off different items, and there'll be stuff. It won't be like, here's a Volcanion, here's a Volcanion EX. No, it's going to be like, here's a full art Mewtwo, something like that. We're going to raffle off something good. So for every hit I get, I don't want to just, revel in my I got all the cards, look at me, and just rubbing them all on my face. Oh, cards.
So he's going to open up a Mewtwo EX, and then he's going to give you a Dondozo EX, or Electivire, or Arboliva, or Rabska EX. You're going to get those cards given to you.
I just said a full art
He's
Mewtwo,
he's effectively offloading his bulk. He's sending his bulk off to you.
And you have to pay for shipping. You have to pay for shipping.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hey, you did it. Now send me your address and let me know when you pay for shipping. No, I want to give you guys some good stuff, man. So I definitely want to do that as I open up this case. Anyone listening right now, if you mention the podcast and say, hey, I heard this on the podcast, you'll get double entries. It's going to be like just a big old wheel, probably just spin the wheel, and there it is. For every giveaway, you get double entries. So if you mentioned that you heard this on the podcast, I need to come up with a code word, though, don't I? Give me a code word, Stupid.
Beignet.
Beignet. Beignet. If you come into the chat while I'm streaming, you say Beignet, I'll just make sure I see it. I will put you in for a double entry. Beignet. Not bend over, not Ben Kanye, not Ben your mama, nothing like just Beignet.
There you go.
Can't you see Clanburglar saying something like that?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, exactly. Love that guy.
He posted in my Discord at 12:19 a.m. today. Who up sharding on they pants? And then Trazer responded, just you.
Up? Why are they both up? Why are they up?
Well, Trazer works, midnight shifts. Or
that's
whatever,
true, too. That's true.
We'll give him that. And then I didn't realize it, and I ignored it. And then at 5 o'clock, I replied, wait a minute, sharding on them. Not in them. On them.
Yes, on.
And he replied, yeah, of course. Sharding on the outside.
So that means you literally have to take your pants off, lay them out, and then you decide to go ahead and squat and just... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think we need to end the podcast here. Shout out to Clanburglar. He said I could put my load in his trunk in NAIC, so that's pretty cool.
Wait, he's driving?
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Hey, yo, Clam, can you Uber me too?
Wow. Wow.
I need an Uber. I don't want to pay for a Stuber. I need an Uber.
Your own personal Stuber. All right, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Subin, you mentioned where we can find the podcast, where everyone's listening to it. Appreciate you guys for listening, tuning in again. We'll be back hopefully next week. And if I don't come back with Subin, I'll be streaming myself that case opening with the Gazer. We'll call it Gazer giveaways. I don't know. Gazers.
It's a good old fashioned scamathon. He'll put a slot on the wheel for a backflip, and if it lands on the backflip, he has to actually do the backflip.
So you guys want me to be in the hospital that weekend? Got it.
You will be. You will be.
But no, appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening. We appreciate the support and everything, the feedback, all that good stuff. Subin, anything else?
That's it.
All right. Subin, I'll see you in like, what, 3 days? 4 days?
Yeah, 4-ish days. And of course, come up to us, talk to us. And as I said at the beginning, if you rub Gazer's bald head, you'll have good luck in the tournament.
Here's my thing, too. If you guys see me, come to me, say hi to me. I will not turn down saying hi to anyone, but I am terrible with faces. You may have to tell me who you are. You may have to tell me, how do I know you through Twitch or Twitter or whatever it is, Facebook, Instagram, MySpace. However I know, you might have to say something. I am horrible with faces. As soon as you say a name, it'll click. I was playing cards Thursday night, and a kid came up to me. He's like, hey, you're Mr. Reed? You used to work at this elementary school? I'm like, yeah. He said, yeah, I'm Josh. I'm like, okay. He said, you remember Asa? Speedy Asa? You call that guy Speedy Asa? I'm like, oh, yeah, Speedy Asa had little fast shoes. He ran fast. He said, yeah, I'm his friend Josh. What's your last name? As soon as he said his last name, it like clicked in. Oh, I know you. You were in kindergarten, blah, 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 blah. It's just like everything just fed back in. But I didn't recognize the kid at all. I had no idea who the kid was. So you say a name, it'll automatically just sink in. My computer reboots. If you just come up and say, hey, Gazer, it's me. So don't get mad at me. Don't be like, don't go to Twitter. Gazer didn't even speak to me. Buddy, I probably didn't recognize you. I'm going to hit you with the Thanos meme. I don't even know who you are. He said that in Endgame. You don't remember that when Scarlet Witch was like, you took everything from me. All right, we're out of here. Forget it.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Leave a review on Spotify, Apple, wherever you're listening to the podcasts. And if you're in the secret club, we'll probably have another Gust of Wind dinner. So keep an eye out for that.
Augusta Din?
Bye.